All right, welcome back to Twin Terror. I'm David.
I'm Gary.
And, today we're going to talk about, can Donald Trump honestly do anything but promote the absolute worst people for cabinet positions in this upcoming administration, should it take effect in 2025?
Oh, God.
So the latest one, putting Robert F. Kennedy Jr. in charge of Health and Human Services, or whatever, basically the Department of Health. The guy is a vaccine cuckoo. He basically, vaccines are bad for you. That's great. So, latest one, I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, he wants to basically end polio vaccine mandates. In other words, he doesn't want to force people to vaccinate their kids for polio. I mean, Dr. Jonas Salk has almost personally eradicated a disease in less than a lifetime. You know, there was some chart I saw on Blue Sky where they show how polio progressed until about 1950. There was this big spike in the 50s, and then they show what happened after the vaccine, and it went basically to zero. And it's just like, this man has single-handedly destroyed a disease that just is crippling disease. It either killed you or left you crippled. Right. Those were kind of the two outcomes that you were going to get if you contracted polio. I imagine you could survive it and with no ill effects. But we knew people that had suffered from polio when we were growing up. They were adults, but they suffered from polio, and we could see the effect of it.
Mitch McConnell is a embodiment. He had polio as a kid, and I was asking Gary about this one before we started. Apparently, he's not supportive of Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s position on getting rid of a mandatory polio vaccine. As telling Gary's basically, the people that might support that are idiots that have never had to live with the consequences of polio or watch people contract polio. They've been polio free because guess what? They got vaccinated. I swear to God, I bet you if you were to look into this, it'll probably all go back to Russian talking points. The whole anti-vax thing probably started in Russia trying to undermine folks in the U.S. They get a couple of people, and then all of a sudden you got a cult in Marin that doesn't want to get any vaccines of any sort, and then it gains steam throughout the country.
It just, at some point you just gotta smack your head. You just give yourself a dope slap. It's like, how dumb or how ignorant do you have to be to think that this is a good idea?
And they're not Dunning-Kruger. They're not smart enough to understand how little they know.
Yeah, and it's kind of,
they're very loud and confident in their opinions on things.
Yeah, I mean, to your point that you just made is that especially the younger folks who are in their childbearing years, they've probably never seen anyone that suffered from polio.
Right.
That they may have never interacted with anyone that has had to deal with that. I mean, we've had very limited interaction ourselves, and we're pushing on the doorstep of 60 right now, right?
Yeah.
So we haven't had a lot of interaction, but I've seen enough and I know enough to know that I sure as hell don't want it, and I don't want my kids contracting it.
Nope.
This is dangerous stuff we're talking here.
All right, so why don't you throw on the energy around RFK Jr.'s anti-vax stances in life here.
Yep. Okay, so here we go. I got my rainbow obsidian right here. I'm going to put it right off to the side there.
It's happily rolled off the table and shatters into several pieces.
Yes. No, I like you gave this to me. I absolutely love it. It's my favorite stone. And I always kind of give it a little love before I do a reading if I want a real accurate reading. So what's the energy around Robert Kennedy Jr.? Okay, foundation of the reading is the Five of Pentacles. You know, you got the guy on crutches. You know, that whole polio vaccine, why would you need that? You know, vaccines aren't, they're part of the government. The government's
Yeah.
just trying to control you. You know, you should have free will to decide if you want these vaccines or not. I mean, there's consequences, but you're an adult. You can deal with those consequences. Of course, you're making decisions for your children who don't have the ability to make necessarily wise decisions for themselves, and they have a fiduciary relationship to you, and they trust that you are going to make wise decisions for them until such time as they can make those decisions for themselves. The challenge is the Page of Pentacles. Kind of this immature thinking. You're thinking, you're not thinking like a mature adult. You know, this isn't the Justice card or the Emperor card. This is, oh well, you know, we don't really need this thing of value. What is it really giving you? Underneath it, we just want one big happy family. If we were vaccine free, everything would be great, and the kids would be playing in the garden together, and mom and dad would be happy, and everything would be great. Yeah, you notice these kids aren't in school because if you don't get vaccinated, you're going to be homeschooled because schools don't want you, and they're spreading your nasty diseases that could be prevented. Foundation of the reading, or in the past, was the Ace of Pentacles. You know, Dave keeps calling this the kind of the oligarch card.
No, not a coins is what I'm calling the oligarch card.
Yeah, the Ace of Pentacles. You know, it's in the past. You know, Jonas Salk gave us something that was very valuable. He gave us a vaccine that eradicated a disease, a very dangerous disease. Current situation, Three of Swords. You know, it's just Robert Kennedy's views on this it's heartbreaking, and it's going to cause health problems for people. Overarching energy is the Priestess. You know, divine knowledge, divine feminine knowledge, keeping secrets, mysteries. You know, ask me the right question, I'll give you the right answer. You know, it's one of those things where the Kennedy, he thinks he's got the right answers. He believes in himself. He doesn't need facts. He doesn't need medical journals or doctors' opinions. He knows what's best for you. Just trust him.
He's arrogant as all get out, and he won't listen to reason.
Yeah. Yeah. So
he's given up on reason because he's smarter than that.
Yeah, just come to me. I'll give you the answers that you need. Lesson we learn is the King of Wands. You know, you have to take actions to prevent disease. You know, there's a reason why the government wants you to take these vaccinations and these, you know, to keep the nation healthy, to not kill your fellow man. I mean, none of us wanted to wear a mask in 2020, but you did it because you didn't want to kill the person next to you in line at the grocery store. And you didn't want to die because the person next to you in the grocery store was carrying this disease and could have passed it to you. It was a minor inconvenience to protect the safety of everyone around you. You have to take actions to keep everyone safe. Outcome, Ace of Cups. You know, he is playing to people's emotional states. You know, give them information that may or may not have any grain of truth to it, and then give them an emotional response, an emotional reaction to it. Basically, give them validation for the fears that you've given them. You have Sage?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I'll burn the house down.
I've only got this twice. I'm gonna have to sprinkle it around the house.
Let's burn the house down. The sage will burn with it. Well, God, I just had the double card and the Ten of Swords just pop up.
Okay.
Now, that decision kills people.
Yeah.
What I want to ask, because you had that King of Wands card come up, if he tries to remove a mandate for a required polio vaccine, will that get challenged in the courts and that mandate stayed until the courts can decide on that? Because I don't know. Actually, I don't know if you can even court challenge this because it's a government policy. And he would be the government changing the policy. I'm just curious, would there be any type of legal action, or better yet, would Congress take some action against us? Better yet, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is not confirmed.
Yes, that was where I was going to go with it.
I'm working my way back here. Will this come up? How will this go during his confirmation hearing?
Yeah, there you go.
When he gets that far.
For entertainment
purposes. Temperance. It's going to be discussed about this. What's in the best interest of folks in the United States? Wouldn't be having a vaccine that stops a lethal disease be something that you would want to do for the greater public health? These are heady issues here. In the past, Ten of Swords. In some ways, I don't know if he actually gets that far, because these comments can be. This is the type of stuff that ends your nomination process. He may not make it out of committee, and if he does make it out of committee, it's because he backs off on these statements. Decision needs to be made. Page of Wands. Basically, this is really going to be down to when he's in committee. They're going to ask about the health of folks in the United States. You said these things in the past. Where do you stand on it? What's your plan going forward? How do health? They're going to talk about the health. There's it's such a little sacrifice to make. Big dividends for a little payment here. Honestly, his confirmation depends on his answer to this. This is going to come back, and he's going to be asked flat out, what are you going to do? Because you said you plan on doing this. And the scientific evidence is against you. The outcome is, do they welcome him in, or do they kick him out? His answers will matter to Congress. Congress and the committees that vet these folks will have a say in the matter.
Okay, so will he pass? Will he get basically put into office? Foundation of the reading, the Tower card. Not a great start.
No, that's a no. He's gonna stand by his he's a man of conviction. That's what that's telling me. Yep. His convictions say
I'm gonna go down with my convictions. There's that Six of Pentacles. Once again, it's like, look, it's a small sacrifice that pays big dividends, just like you were saying.
This is the hill he's going to die on.
Yeah, trust me, I know what I'm doing. This could also be, Congress, like, holy crap. we needed to ask the right questions to see if he's going to pass his confirmation hearing.
He just thinks he's smarter than the data. Arrogance.
Ace of Wands. Yeah, we need to take it. There's a new action that needs to be taken here, because he thinks he's got all the answers. I'm not getting a yes or a no that he's going to get confirmed or not confirmed. This is just more. This is what they're looking at in the confirmation hearing, how he's going to act and what they need to do.
Yeah, they're gonna. Got something in my pants here. Literally, it's going to come down to they're going to ask him, "What's your plan on this?" And they're going to signal to him that we're not supporting you if you do this. And literally, it's going to be the hill you die on. Is this the hill you want to die on? because I'm sure there's a lot of other things that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. wants to do to change America's healthcare. And if he's going to do all these other things, he has to get there. And he can't get there by making polio his Waterloo.
Yeah.
So totally on him. Totally on him, free will, what he wants to do.
Yeah, it looks like right now the future's wide open on it. They have that path has not been decided yet.
Yeah, but my guess is right now, since he's not before the confirmation things, he's not. Yeah, he's hell bent. No, polio's gone. I'm not mandating polio vaccines for anyone. Yeah, that's tough talk now. Wait till you get in front of the committees, and they start grilling you on this. You can have that attitude if you want, but it's going to bear consequences, which is basically going to be good luck getting confirmed.
Yep,
jerk. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting our channel. We do appreciate it.
Yep. If you like us, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to be woken up every night at midnight with a new video. Leave a comment. I read them all. Respond to many.
Yep. And before we sign off and say see you on the next video, Gary's going to give you a secret card that's going to let you know what Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is going to do.
The secret card today is the Dark Forest Vintage Tarot deck that I got on Etsy for $25. The other side of it is the King of Cups. So keep your emotions in check. Support President Biden.
Yeah.
We will get through this.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. We'll catch you on the next video. Take care.
Have a wonderful day, folks. Bye.